Hello all, welcome to this lecture. So in this lecture, we will be discussing another problem from the same topic, friction, which is again a part of our course, engineering mechanics. So for this lecture, I have taken this problem where we have two identical blocks A and B of weight W. And these blocks, as per the question, are supported by a rigid bar as shown in this figure. So as you can see in this figure, we have block A and block B, and connecting these blocks we have provided a rigid bar which is provided at an angle of 45 degrees, and block A is in contact with the vertical wall and block B is in contact with the floor. Now what they are saying is, if both the blocks are in limiting equilibrium, that is at the verge of motion, find the coefficient of friction assuming it to be same at the floor and the wall. So basically nothing is given to us, no numerical value other than this 45 degrees. We don't have any numerical value. The weight itself is given as W. Coefficient of friction is to be found out. So we don't have any numerical values here, but some conditions are given, right? So let us try to analyze. Anyway, we always, when we have such problems, what is our basic process? We will consider the free body diagram of individual bodies, and we will apply conditions of equilibrium separately for these two free body diagrams, and that will help us to solve whatever things we need to find out. So let us try to apply the same logic here or same technique here. So for that, first of all, we have to draw the free body diagram. I have separated the first body and drawn all the forces acting on this body. And I have separated the second body here and shown all the forces and reactions acting on that body. So basically, this is the free body diagram of first body. This is the free body diagram of my second body. And one thing that we have to notice, when you have a bar like this, so please visualize this body will be trying to move down and this body will be trying to move to the right. So we have a bar which is provided connecting these bodies, means this bar will be under compression. So when you have compression, you will have internal reaction like this, compressive force in this direction. So please take care of the direction. So when we have string, it will be normally in what? It will be in tension, so that the direction will be opposite. In a previous lecture, we have done one problem where we were having two bodies connected by a string, and if you remember, the direction of tension was the opposite. But when we have compression, the direction will reverse. So please take care of that. And we were provided with 45-degree angles with the horizontal. So if the angle between the horizontal and this line of action is 45, this will be also 45, like this. Okay. Now what we can do, take the first case. So consider the equilibrium of block A, apply the conditions of equilibrium. We have sigma h is equal to 0 and sigma v is equal to 0. If you look this case, what are the horizontal forces? RNA is acting in the horizontal direction. This compressive force S will have a component which is acting towards the left, that will be also acting in the horizontal direction. So we have RNA, the rightward force is considered positive, so positive RNA minus S cos 45, which is acting towards the left, can be equated to 0. So from this, what I will get is RNA is equal to the value of cos 45, 0.707 times. Yes, this term is brought to the other side, so it became positive. Now what we can do, that condition is applied. What we have remaining is one more condition, that is sigma y is equal to 0, or resolving the forces vertically and equating that to 0, right? So let us resolve the force in the vertical direction. If you see this free body diagram, in the vertical direction we have the frictional force, because this body is trying to move in the downward direction. So we know that friction will be always opposing the motion, so it will be acting in the upward direction. In addition to this frictional force, what we will be having is the weight which is acting in the downward direction. And the question just clearly mentioned, this is above, the motion is about to start, or it is at the verge of motion, right? So this should be limiting friction. That is why I have taken it as mu times RNA, mu times the reaction. So let us try to apply the condition of equilibrium. Sigma v is equal to 0, or sum of vertical force is equal to 0. Now I have mu times RNA acting in the upward direction, so we will take that as positive. W is acting in the downward direction, so that we will take it as negative. In addition to this, we will have a component of this compressive force, right? This compressive force will have a component acting in the upward direction, and the value will be S times sine 45. So two forces acting in the upward direction are mu times RNA, S sine 45. So both of those forces should be considered as positive. W is acting in the downward direction, so we will consider it as negative. So that will give us the algebraic sum of all forces in the vertical direction, and that can be equated to 0 as per equilibrium condition. Now from this, we already know the value of RNA is equal to 0.707 times S, right? So since in this expression we were having 3 variables, I am trying to reduce the number of variables by substituting for RNA. So mu times 0.707 times S. How I got this? This was obtained from the first relation. Then plus S times sine 45. What is sine 45? 0.707. So S times sine 45, and this W is taken to the other side so that it will be equal to W. Okay. Now what I can see is S is actually common in both these terms. So I can take 0.707 times S is actually common. So I will take that outside. So what I will get inside the bracket is like 0.707 S here. If I take this, I will have mu plus here. If I take this, I will have 1. So 0.707 S into mu plus 1 or 1 plus mu, that is equal to W. Let us mark it as equation number 1. I have simplified the equation to the farthest extent which is possible. Okay, now let us keep it like that and let us move to the free body diagram of my second body and repeat the very same process of applying equilibrium condition. So let us consider the equilibrium of block B. Let us resolve the forces vertically first. So if you resolve the forces vertically, you can see we have the W acting in the downward direction, we have RNA acting in the upward direction, we have another component of S which will be again acting in the downward direction. So RNA in the upward direction, so positive, W acting in the downward direction, so negative. Again, the component of S will be acting in the downward direction, so that is also negative, and the value is S times sine 45. You can see here, the angle is here, so this component will be S times sine 45, and those are the forces acting in the vertical direction, so its algebraic sum should be equal to 0. Now we can further simplify and find a value for RNA. So from this, RNA will be equal to what? W plus S sine 45 or 0.707 times S. So this is the value of RNA we are obtaining. Now what we can do, we can apply the second condition of equilibrium, resolving forces horizontally. So let us try to resolve the forces horizontally. Which are the forces? We will have component of S acting from left to right, and we will have this frictional force acting from right to left. Why I have taken the direction of friction like this? Because when this body try to move down and when I have a connecting bar like this, what will happen to this block? This will have a tendency to move to the right. So the friction will be opposite to that. Now applying condition of equilibrium, I will have S times cos 45. So S times cos 45 acting towards right, so positive, minus mu times RNB. So minus mu times RNB, that is equal to 0. And I already have a value of RNB as W plus 0.707 S. So I will be now substituting that here. So as you can see, S cos 45 minus mu into W plus 0.707 S, that is substituted here and equated to 0. So let us simplify this. So we will have, once you simplify this, you can see this cos 45 is 0.707 and we have the S here. So 0.707 S minus mu into, again, what we can do is like we can take this mu inside. So minus mu into W we will get here. Then in addition to that, we will have minus mu into 0.707 S. That is what is remaining here, minus mu into 0.707 S. And this minus mu into W is taken to the other side. Okay, this was minus, so that is taken to the other side. So we have 0.707 S minus mu times 0.707 S is equal to mu times W. I hope you understood that. Just simplification. Now I am rearranging that. If you see this expression, you can see that 0.707 S is actually common in both these terms. As we have seen in the earlier case, here also it is common. So I am taking that outside. So I will get 0.707 S into here. Since we have taken the complete thing outside, I will get 1 minus here. Since I have taken this thing outside, what remaining is mu. So I will get it as into 1 minus mu, which is equal to mu times W. So this is somewhat similar to our first equation, right? So let us mark it as equation number 2. Now I have these two expressions. From the first free body diagram, I got 0.707 S into 1 plus mu is equal to W. From the second free body diagram, I got the expression 0.707s into 1 minus mu is equal to mu w. So I have marked it as different equation. Now what I will do is I want to eliminate some of the variables. So how can I do that? I will divide one equation by the other. So as you can see here, I am dividing equation number 2 by equation number 1. So I will get 0.707s into 1 minus mu divided by 0.707s into 1 plus mu. So that you can see here. On the other side, what I will get it as mu times w divided by w. So that this w will cancel out, this s will cancel out, and the only variable remaining will be mu. So you can see once you simplify that, I will get it like get a quadratic equation in terms of mu, and once I simplify that and find the value of mu, you can see that the value of mu will come around 0.414 in this case. So it's matter of simplification that you can do yourself. So this is how we will solve these type of problems. As you have seen, no numerical values was actually given to us, and we were supposed to find the value of coefficient of friction. And what we have done, we have applied our usual procedure. We have considered the free body diagram for each body separately. Then we have applied equilibrium conditions for each of the body separately. That actually resulted in finding out the value of your required variable. So in case in the problem there was a part where we have to calculate the weight or like the compressive force in the bar, then what you can do, you can take the value of mu and substitute in some of the expression. Okay, and you can easily calculate the value of w and other things. Okay, so if you substitute the value of mu in both these equations, you will get two equations in terms of two variables, that is s and w, and you can solve between them to get the value of w and s. Right. So that is regarding this problem. So that is how we solve such problems. I hope you got the concept and understood how we solve this problem. So thank you for attending this session.